Okay, yeah. Aria? Can I get a yeah? Jojo? Yeah, okay. We're reading Oliver and Company today. Back to the Daddy Reads Disney thing. By the way, for those who I don't know if you are, if you're interested in coming to our page looking for any of my music-related videos, like singing or any of my beats, I did create a secondary YouTube page. It's called Tatum Massey Music. That's what this page used to be, but now it's Tatum Massey Experiment. So the other page is Tatum Massey Music. So if you want to seal...
Oh, we got 2 YouTube pages.
Yes, we have 2 YouTube pages. Anyway, Oliver and Company. Just go subscribe to that one for the music. One spring day, a cardboard box filled with kittens was left on a sidewalk in New York City. The kittens were very cute, and all were adopted quickly, except a fluffy little orange one. Alone, scared, and very hungry, the kitten stuck his head over the edge of the box and looked around. Then he jumped out and set off to find food. Before long, some mean dogs began to chase him. He luckily escaped. Later, he smelled something delicious. Hot dogs. Dodger, a smart street dog, that guy, that's Dodger, who was standing nearby, had smelled the hot dogs too. He came up with a plan and asked the kitten to help. In return, they would share the food. But when the kitten distracted the vendor, Dodger grabbed the meat and took off, alone. Ooh, that artful Dodger. "Wait!" cried the kitten. "Half those dogs are mine!" But Dodger just laughed and kept running. He raced through the alleys and over fences and finally ended up down at the docks, where he slipped into a room on a run-down barge. But there was something Dodger did not know. Relax, dude. The kitten had followed him. Hiding up on the deck, the kitten peeked through a hole. Inside, he saw Dodger talking to a group of dogs. Tito the Chihuahua, Francis the Bulldog. Yeah, Chihuahua. No, it's a fun word to say, isn't it? Chihuahua. Chihuahua. Hey, Aria, can you say Chihuahua?
Chihuahua.
Einstein the Great Dane and a lovely hound named Rita. Why she gotta be lovely? Whatever. Dodger, is because of her long hair? Why does she have hair? Like, I understand she has fur, but why does she have hair?
Because my master.
Dodger was... Because you're sitting like that, dude. Stretch your legs, bro. Also, you're probably hitting a growth spurt. So it's called growing pains. So if your legs feel a little bit achy, that usually is what that means. Dodger was busy... Everyone was talking about how tall you were today, matter of fact. So you definitely are growing fast, bro. Dodger was busy bragging about how he had gotten the hot dogs all by himself. Dude, peek over the side. You can see just fine. Suddenly there was a loud crash. Dodger and all the other dogs looked up in surprise as the little kitten fell through the ceiling. The kitten was surrounded. He was scared and his heart was pounding. He had never been that close to so many dogs before. "I just followed this dog," he said in a shaky voice. "Relax, kid," Rita told him gently. The kitten took a deep breath. He was about to ask for a half of the hot dogs when the man walked through into the room holding a box of dog biscuits. The dogs rushed over to greet him. The man's name was... I want to say Fagin? Fagin. Let's go with Fagin.
Where?
Don't worry about it. I have a feeling you're going to pronounce the word differently. And then, so that we won't get demonetized, we'll just go with Fagin. He lived on a barge and took care of the dogs. Usually, he was happy-go-lucky, but now he looked sad. Yeah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Ah, stop it. I told you, boy, I'm going to smack you. A car horn sounded outside. "I'll be right there," Fagin called out. Then he trudged up to see Sykes, the man in the car. Fagin owed him money, but did not have a way to repay it. While Fagin begged for more time, Sykes' dogs, a nasty pair of Dobermans, I like Dobermans, came aboard the barge and frightened Dodger and his gang. When the snarling Dobermans tried to corner the kitten, he reached out and scratched one of them on the nose. Fagin and the rest of the group were very impressed by the kitten's bravery. and decided he can be part of their gang. After a day's excitement, everyone was tired. Fagin walked over to a chair and put up his feet on a footrest and pulled out a book. While the dogs surrounded him, the kitten curled up in Fagin's lap and purred. He had found what he was looking for, a new home and new friends. You know, it just happened to be dogs. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, dogs chase cats, you mean?
Dogs chasing.
Why must I feel like that? The next morning, Fagin was in a much better mood. He decided to take the gang into the city and get some money to pay Sykes. Dodger explained the plan to the kitten, while Tito snuck inside a parked limousine to try and steal the stereo. Really? Einstein and Francis would distract the driver. The kitten would sit in the front seat of the car and be the lookout. Everything was going according to plan when zap! Tito, who had been fiddling with the radio wires in the car, got an electric shock and set the alarm off. He and the gang fled as quickly as they could, but they left the kitten behind. The kitten wasn't alone, though. A little girl named Jenny, I thought her name was Penny. I don't know why I thought her name was Penny. What is another little girl who's... the movie Bolt. Remember the Bolt?
Yeah. Her name is Penny.
Yeah, she was voiced by Miley Cyrus. Before... Never mind. So her name is Jenny. Wow, they really don't try that hard anymore, do they? Anyway. Oh, you poor kitty, Jenny cried when she saw how scared the kitten looked. Holding him tightly, she told the driver to take them home. Oh, wait a minute. Oh wait, her name is Jenny. What does that have to reference to? I don't know. I don't remember the story of Oliver. Oliver Twist. Oh, you just closed the closet door.
Yeah.
What, are you scared of monsters? Man, I told you before about this. At home...
I just want the closet closed.
Fine, whatever. At home, Jenny prepared a large bowl of food for the kitten and told him his new name was Oliver. Wait, he didn't have a name before that? Ha! Aria opened the closet. She's being petty. Alright, leave it alone. Then she gave him a special collar and a gold identification tag. Oliver had never been happier. Meanwhile, back at the barge, Dodger and his gang were worried about their friend. The next day, they snuck into Oliver's new house while he was sleeping and took him back to the barge. But when he woke up, Oliver was sad. He had liked spending time with Jenny. Fagin, however, was not sad. Oliver's fancy collar and Fifth Avenue address made his eyes light up. So that's where you've been, he exclaimed. Fifth Avenue was where all the rich people lived. It was a jackpot. Fagin decided to contact the family, told them that they had their cat, and asked for money. Then he could pay Sykes back. Surrounded by his dogs, Fagin sat down and wrote a ransom letter. Then he waited for Oliver's new owners to show up. But Jenny got that note instead. When she saw that her kitten had been catnapped, which is really messed up, she was very upset. She crept out of her house and went to save Oliver. At the dock, she soon found Fagin. "Excuse me," she said, holding out her piggy bank filled with change. "I came to find my kitty. Somebody stole him." Fagin felt guilty about taking money from a little girl, so he gave Oliver back to her for free. But Sykes had been following Fagin. When he saw Jenny, he knew that her parents would pay a lot of money to get her back. He grabbed the girl, pulled her into his car, and sped away. Whoa! Kidnapping. In a Disney movie? I would have thought. Dodger and the rest of the gang had been waiting in the barge. They heard the commotion and rushed outside. Oliver looked miserable. "Don't worry," Dodger told him. "We'll get her back." Everyone agreed, and they ran towards Sykes' warehouse. When the dogs arrived, Sykes was on the phone. They quietly went inside, found Jenny, and untied her. Now they all had to get away without being noticed. But it was too late. Sykes and his Dobermans had spotted them. Running as fast as they could, Dodger and his gang slid down a ramp that led outside. That's one of the more fun scenes in the whole movie. Fagin was waiting for them with his scooter. Jenny and the rest of the gang jumped aboard as Sykes and his dogs followed in their car. The chase was on. Trying to lose Sykes, Fagin drove his scooter onto the subway tracks. The two vehicles bumped into one another, causing Jenny to be tossed around on the back of Fagin's scooter. Suddenly, she was thrown straight at Sykes. "Help!" she cried as the evil man pulled her inside his car. Oliver jumped into the car and bit Sykes, who let Jenny go. Fagin reached behind him and pulled her back onto the scooter. Now Oliver was in trouble. Sykes threw the kitten onto the back seat and ordered his dogs to attack. Luckily, Dodger came to the rescue. Together, the pair fought off the mean dogs and jumped safely from the speeding car, right before it went flying off a bridge. Wow, man, this is some real action. I gotta see this movie again. Jenny was overjoyed that Oliver was okay. She was never going to let anything happen to him or his friends ever again. Oliver purred. He felt the same way. The very next day, Jenny had a big birthday party at her house. Fagin, whose birthday is it? Fagin and... Yeah, probably. Fagin and the gang were all there, and they promised to visit Oliver all the time. And Jenny told them that the treats would always be waiting for them. The little orphan kitten was very happy. He had finally found a home and many good friends. That's the end of that story. All right. First of all, what's your review, Josiah? What do you think of the story? You have no opinion? Nah, okay. Aria, what do you think of the story? Do you like it?
She said no.
I can't tell if she said yeah. She's nodding.
She nodded.
I need you to actually say words. Okay. Here's what problem I have with this story. Okay? Here's a couple problems. Problem the first. This guy, Sykes, he's apparently dead now, right? The guy who wanted the money. The guy with the Dobermans. They're apparently all dead now, right? So if they're all dead and they died in an accident on the subway tracks, that's going to get a lot of attention. So this guy, Fagin, remember we're calling him Fagin, nothing else, he was involved in that in some way. Since he was involved in that accident, wouldn't the police go asking him questions about it? Because whether directly or indirectly, now someone's dead. Like dead. And from what it appears to be the case, Sykes was a rich man who probably had friends or connections in some type of seedy New York underground. So it's a good chance someone's going to come looking for Fagin now. It's probably going to kill him too. I know this whole story is supposed to be about the kitten, Oliver, and him finding his friends, and, animals are talking and whatnot, but there's a really serious undertone with the humans in this story. What? Have we read Aladdin? Did we read Aladdin?
Yeah.
But did we put it on the page yet? Are we going to read Aladdin next? You want to read Aladdin next? Oh yeah! Alright, so this concludes our reading of Oliver and Company. Next time, we travel to the land of Agrabah. It's actually interesting, because they got that live action Aladdin movie coming out soon. Live action Disney movie. Will Smith. Yeah, so it's supposed to be like real life instead of animated. It's probably gonna suck. We'll see. Either way, that's what's coming next. Next time.
How are they gonna make the genie?
Exactly. That's the same question everyone's asked. So far, not so good. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
How are they gonna make the carpet?
We will see. The carpet's the easy part. I can't imagine them, because there's two aspects of this movie that they're really going to need to get right. One is the genie, and two is Iago. Because those are the two things that really made Aladdin movies good. Iago, the parrot. Gilbert Gottfried. You remember the parrot? Big annoying voice, super loud. Yeah, okay. Yeah, those are the two things that really made this movie stand out, because it just was so funny. Everything about those two was just so funny. All right, moving on. Good night, everybody. And yeah. That was Josiah. He's really kind of freaking me out. All right, night. Aria, say night, everybody.
All right, night.